So just before you leave, I'm going to give an opportunity to two people who feel like they wouldn't ordinarily put themselves out there. You feel like you're not the sort who would. In fact, you've not spoken on the mic today. And you would like to share something you've learned today. So I'm giving you an opportunity to come up, introduce yourself, tell us what you do. Okay, everybody, not apart from the one I asked you, apart from when I had to ask you questions, you haven't stepped forward and spoken on the microphone today. So I would like you to, there's actually a prize attached. Yes. So if you haven't come forward to speak and you would like to, just share something you've learned today and then tell us who you are, your name and what you do. So, any takers? Thank you. Please give her a round of applause. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Ada, and this is my first time for this, and I'm glad I came. I dropped a note with Alex, and it was my train of thoughts because I wasn't opportune to ask questions because they had gone before the question. I could gather the question in my head. I like to think, reflect before I ask questions. And so one of the things that came to my mind was there are people who are content with where they are. Not because they cannot be more than that. They just feel, why bother? When do I know is enough? What do I need to get to be able to tell myself is enough? I think I've gotten what I'm looking for. I don't want to go more than this. And then I asked, is it because they are content? Or can you say that contentment is them being contained? They're trying to contain themselves. Or they are just happy where they are. Because I know I've met people that will tell me that I came from a very well-to-do family, but I think that life is not for me. I just want something small, something just portable. I'm not interested in the glam and life. But then, with all the talk, I think maybe there could be an atom of fear of what if I fail? What if I'm not enough? What if I'm not good enough for this? Because when she said something about trauma, I realized that truly, trauma don't have to be a sexual molestation. It doesn't have to be a hit on the head or something. It could just be a series of rejections in small, small things. Like, Daddy, I want to go here, don't go. Daddy, I want to do this, don't do it. And then you realize, I'm not meant for this big life. I'm just meant to let me not shine too much. People will get scared. They will say, why is she shining? Madam, reduce the light. So I think sitting down here, I realized many people are going through a lot that they don't even know that it can be traced back to traumas that they didn't think was trauma. Soul injuries that they didn't even know existed. They just felt, that's how it has been. And sometimes it may not even be the person's trauma. It could be their mother's trauma, their father's trauma that has been projected to them. And so while Ms. Tosin was talking, I already asked that question before she spoke. But while she spoke, the answer came. And I'm like, I can't keep this. I need to talk about it. Because there are some children who are living the traumas of their parent. It may not be their parent, it could be their guardian. And some children are living the dreams that their parents failed to live. And even when you tell them dream, okay, why don't you dream for yourself? They don't know what they want to do because all their life they've never been given the opportunity to dream. When I opened the first journal of what you want to do, I didn't know what to write. Because in my mind, what am I writing? Maybe I've achieved everything I want to achieve already. Or maybe I'm not supposed to be dreaming anything big. Why am I supposed to be dreaming? Who born you to be dreaming? The one that you've done, have you finished doing it? You want to go and dream on that one. But then I realized, if I'm not supposed to be dreaming, I should have been long gone. God should have removed me from the earth. But because there's a purpose, there must be something that you have been kept for, then you need to find it. And in the process of finding it, I love gathering information. I can tell you many certificates I have, and I've not done anything with them. Not because I don't enjoy it. My mom would tell me I'm a jack of all trades. I know how to sew. I know how to do shoes. I have certification in AI. I have gone for media. I have a certificate in media and OAP certification. I have certification in many things. But then ask me, what do you want to do with them? I just love gathering information. I'll tell you, I just love gathering information. I just love to be able to, so when they ask you, okay, so do you know this? And I'm like, yes, this thing is done in this. It was done by this here and it was done by this. In itself, it might be craziness, but I think it's just my love for knowledge grabbing. Thank
No,
you.
it's not craziness. So please give her a round of applause. I love her boldness and the way she articulated. I love the fact that you asked the question and answered it yourself. So do you see that it's a talent? Yes. This your love for gathering knowledge means that you always have answers. So you're great as an agony aunt. You know the columns that we used to have, agony aunts. You're also great as a teacher. And that doesn't mean a classroom teacher, because now the internet has made teaching. Yes, so you mean I can't even. You're like a coach. Like so there's nothing like you don't know what to do with it, my dear. We've given you 3 jobs already. So please, could you introduce yourself? Thank you.
My name is Adama Onyuko. I go by the AKA Didi King. I write. I drop poems. I drop poetry. I do some little OAP on the side. But I think my favorite is writing.
Fantastic. Writer, poet with a little sprinkle of OIP by the side. Can we give her a sprinkle of a... Please, we have something for her, right? Yes, please. So we have something for you to appreciate you for the... Okay. We'll get it to you. Fantastic. Please, another round of applause. Is somebody else taking the mic? Oh, fantastic. All right. Thank you. All right. Encourage her as she comes. I'll ask you to keep it brief.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Omoy Tsuno, and one of the organizers is my sister. So I know that this has been going on for 3 years. All the phone calls, the meetings, the prayers, low key we have been. So I'm happy to be here today. My sister is a mirror for me, actually. Her name is Temilade, and I look at her and I see, like, okay, she had it way easier than myself and my brother, because it took me a while to get into school, and I feel like I'm just crawling behind her a lot of times. But being here today, it gave me the clarity that I needed, that I need to be comfortable in my own space. I need to be comfortable with my pace. I need to discover who I am, not look at what she's doing and say, okay, I like this thing that Temilade is doing, maybe I can do it. So I need to figure out my own self, so that then I can now begin to make audacious move in the space where I find myself. Thank you.
Fantastic. Please give her a round of applause. What do you do presently?
Okay, I'm currently serving, and I'm just starting out my career. This is the first time I'm working in an actual corporate. I studied hospitality management. I don't know, actually. Okay. Okay, so I bake, but I'm currently looking for internship roles in HR project management. So I'm currently working with a team of project managers on but the company I'm working for, they're not really like telcos, but they provide power and build towers for telcos. So, yeah, thank you.
Please give her a radiant round of applause. Thank you for coming, and thank you for everything that you shared. Oh, we have 2 gifts. So, yes. So, oh, please come forward. I love that. Thank you. Can we appreciate her? That outfit is giving. It's not my wedding day, but you're gonna get it. I'm gonna give it. If I don't give it, how will you take? Yeah.
Good afternoon, ladies. It's such a pleasure for me to be here. And Alex, I am extremely, extremely proud of the woman that You have become and you are still becoming. But today is not about speech about Alex. As a matter of fact, I met Alex 2007 when we served together. And, you just meet some people and you just click. That's it. So, I'm also thankful to you for inviting me and encouraging me to come to this program. I'm an extremely, extremely private person. I keep to myself. I'm the kind of person that likes to figure things out all by myself. There is a problem to solve, I just sit down, I do a lot of praying, and then I figure it out. But as I grew older, I realized that there are certain things that you cannot accomplish all by yourself. As I sat down on my seat and listened to the various wonderful speakers speak, two things that I wrote down in my note. I didn't write a lot of notes. But the first thing was vulnerability. That's not something I'm very good at. And that's something I'm walking out of the doorway to, I don't have a large circle of friends, but I know that I have, the few friends that I have, they are people that have my back because we've been through a lot. But I'm the kind of person that is always willing to step in and support and all that, but I really, really, really talk about my fears. I really talk about the things that keep me awake at night or the things that makes me cry into my pillow. That's what I really do very well. So that's one, vulnerability. Then the second thing is ageism. And talking about ageism, please don't think I'm that old. I'm not that old. But because of the curveballs that I've had to deal with in my life, there are certain things that I would have loved to accomplish earlier on that I see younger people accomplishing, and I feel like, oh, Dorcas, what's going on? I am made for more, but why am I here? Now, the truth of the matter is, age really doesn't matter. That is what I've spent maybe like 2-3 years of my life to convince myself. Because if I could go back to the university at the age of 39 and get another degree, what are we talking about? And I dusted all those small children, like I like to call them, So I have gotten to a point where I tell myself, the time has not really passed. I only need to get some level of clarity, put myself, within the right group of people, and then I go for it. And that is another thing that I'm walking out of the door with, to put myself out there. That's not something I'm very comfortable with. You see, a lot of the speakers spoke about trying to be, perfect. Like, I don't want to be caught with my pants down. Well, not literally. But I like when I put something out there or I'm getting into something, I like it to be, beyond, I like it to be perfect. I like it to be, when people see it, they're like, wow, this is good work. But again, I've realized coming here has reinforced some of the thoughts I've had. I mean, last night I was having a conversation with my husband about what probably might be holding me down. And he knows that I'm a perfectionist. You need to see the way I raise my children. You need to see the way my house, everything. I'm I'm a very good organizer. But a little chaos won't hurt anyone. And there was a phrase that I can't remember which of the speakers. He said, getting something done is better than perfect. Thank you. And that is another thing I'm taking away. Now, I introspect a lot. And so when the various speakers were speaking, I was trying to, when they'll say something, I'll try to see, okay, for instance, do I have trauma? Yes. Maybe not trauma, but maybe I heard a new phrase from, I think it was Toy, talking about soul, what was it? Soul wounds. And I think for me, that was because the reality that I had in my head when I was much younger By the way, I hate mediocrity with a perfect hatred. Anything that is average, you can't find me there. But there was a curveball that came in my career, and it threw me off balance because one of the reasons was because I didn't have a mentor. And so I will speak to you, if you are in this room today, find, even if it's one person, that you can be vulnerable with. I didn't have such a person. So maybe the only person that I could have felt vulnerable with happened to be my second boss, or my second job. But just as I was stepping into her role, she left the country. And somehow, in my normal, usual introverted self, I would just wish her happy birthday on her birthday, and that was it. I didn't lean into that support, So when our reality, what we had planned in our head, I was going to be like a corporate person. And when my career started, I was on that upward trajectory. I was changing roles, changing companies. I was a top performer and all that. And then there was a wedge. And I was like, oh, no big deal. I will recover. And then 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. And just like, is it I'm not good enough? Is it like I've lost my touch and all of that? Anyway, I'm in a better place than I was many, many years ago, because I went through a dark period, and I didn't have friends, but I had God. And Alex, thank you for not hiding your faith in this program, because as believers, we are nothing without God. We are nothing. We can't deal with life outside of the Spirit of God. And as I sat down here, I felt, this peace, and you have just shown that it can be done. Because another thing that I struggle with is, if I have to maybe build a community, which is an idea that I've been toying with since the beginning of this year, I'm a Jesus girl. How do I, find that balance? Will people want to accept? And I know that there are certain lines that I will not cross. But in this room here today, you've just shown me that we can show up like the children of God that we are. We can be bold. We can be audacious. We can go for it. I like what Lady Bonham, did I get the name right? Yes, what she said about competence. I have seen it work, and I like the fact that she mentioned it again, that we are believers doesn't mean that we have to be mediocre. We are the sons and daughters of an excellent God, and we can be less. Thank you.
Fantastic. Please give her a round of applause. Thank you so much. Thank you, Alex, for just giving us. Thank you. You don't know what you've done. It looks small, but yeah. In the spirit of vulnerability, yes. In the spirit of vulnerability, she shows you that it can be done, right? This is my second time ever hosting an event. Yes. Ever. Yes. So I'm a medical doctor. I practiced for 10 years, had 3 children, and then I decided to take a break for 3 years. It was supposed to be a 3-month break, right? And then the Holy Spirit said, chill. And I didn't know the chill would translate to, 11 years. So it's been many years, right? Yeah. So I started writing. I started making movies. And I had to define myself. So when you spoke, I knew I had to share my story. So I had to define myself, because in Nigeria, we're used to just introducing ourselves by what we studied in school. So now, how do you define yourself? If you're supposed to be married at 50 and you're not, you're like, how do I define myself? If you are, those things, no. So because I'm a storyteller, I had to sit with myself and come up with my definition for myself. Like when I tell you, yourself, you go believe. Do you understand? I bought my own story. I drank my own Kool-Aid. And then when I give you to drink, you will believe it, right? I went for an interview into film school, and they said, you're the oldest in the class, ageism. They hadn't yet taken me. Okay, they were interviewing everybody they would take. And then they said, how would you cope with others? Everybody in the class is going to be Gen Z. How are you going to cope? So I said, I had the answer ready because the Holy Spirit had told me they would ask this question. So I said, well, since I have 4 children, I believe I have a PhD in conflict resolution. And that was it. Like, I knew I had been taken before I was taken because the person interviewing me was South African, So, she not feel form. Almost she fell yakata. Me, I knew I. Do you get? And through my journey in that film school, she always gave me room to express myself. Like when others are shrinking, she's like, no, Nana, I want to hear what you have to say. When everybody has spoken, she's like, okay, thank you. Nana, can you say what you have to say? And then I learned how to bring what I studied into what I do. So a lot of people are apologetic. You're an engineer, you're baking. You hide that one at the back. No. It is the flavor, it's the sprinkle on my storytelling, on everything I do. If I'm hosting an event, I have a movie on Omoni Obodi's channel. I always bring in my faith. I bring in my love for health education, my passion for first aid. It's gonna be there. You're not gonna remove it. I will put it. So I think that's what these ladies have given us a glimpse into, to see that who you are is special. Learn how to package it. Not packaging, how to tell the story of who you are in a way that everybody is convinced that you're the best thing since sliced bread. Yes, thank you so very much. So I'm going to invite, I was going to invite Alex to give her closing remarks. Yes, please. But I'm going to stand beside you just to, help you. Yes, please. Yes, please, it's you, yes. I'm going to stand beside you just to help you rein it in, because I was talking on and on thinking nobody else was going to. Thank you. All right.
Alex, sorry. Hi, everyone. So I just wanted to share one thing I learned. I learned a lot of things, but one thing that stood out for me was one of the things that Olive said. And she said, own what you call a disadvantage. So she talked about our teeth. When she smiled, people laughed at a set of teeth. Mine was my head. I like to share that story a lot. So while I was younger, I thought that my head looked like a cobra because it was flat. It was flat, and people call me cobra head. Trust me, when I was younger, they'll call me cobra head. In short, I felt like my head looked like a cobra. So that period, you'll see me, I'm always on fringe or all back and base. I'm sharp covering this forehead. One day, I'm like, what is life? What exactly is life? And I took care of myself. You know what? From now on, I'll start making all back cornrows. I don't care. And truly, my head looked very flat. But I realized that when I owned that disadvantage, so to say, because I was always very skeptical coming in front of people with my head all and played all back, I realized that, I don't know, somehow probably my head began to shape in. I don't know. I don't know, but everything, and now see me, this is like my hairstyle. Like, I would never do this hairstyle. Like, I will always when I make this hairstyle, I'll put bass. Like, that was my signature. So I learned that own what you call a disadvantage. When you own it, everybody will adjust. Everybody's going to adjust. And I think that's one of the great. So this is just a little example, but he cut across everything. So thank you so much. Thank you, Alex.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. So we're going to call our convener for her closing remarks. Please, do you mind rising to your feet, giving her a rousing, standing ovation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Wow. I think I'm beginning to think that the best part of this, please sit down. The best part of the day, right, is what happens after all the talks have ended. It happened last year as well, if you were here last year and this year. So it's great. Thank you, everyone who came to speak and share what they are taking away. Because really, at the end of the day, it can be just a lot of talk, and then we go home and sleep and then move on with life as it was. But that's what we are intentional about for this year, where we said we wanted it to be transformational. And from the stories that we've heard so far, and I'm sure that if we had time, we'd get some more feedback about how transformational today's meeting has been. And so I want to say thank you again to everyone who shared, and for everyone who is here, thank you. And so from Saintsville, our one of our sponsors, we have 2 gifts, right, for the ladies who answered questions. So this one is for Omoitunu. Yes, this is yours. Come on, you look, see your face. Thank you from Saintsville. It's one of their beautiful headpieces. We hope that you feel radiant when you wear it. One second picture. Thank you. Yes, and this one is for Adama. What did you say? It's okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. So we'll wrap up now. Like, we'll be out of here in the next 5 minutes. But I want to say thank you again to everyone. Thank you, Dr. Nenna, right, for answering the call when I reached out, because I wasn't sure. Your busy schedule and all. Her movie is on Omoni Oboli's channel. She has over 1 million views on the movie. What is the title of the movie? The Naughty Neighbors. Yes. You can reach out to her and then let's send in your contacts. Maybe you'll be on the next one and we'll watch it. All right. So thank you so much for your time and for helping us coordinate the entire session. It was beautiful, right? I want to say thank you to the organizers. Where's the organizing team? Organizer, stand up now. What's happening? Where are the others? Yes, Kemi is at the back. Okay, come and take a bow. Come and take a bow. Come out. Kemi, Shola. Shola was on social media. If you notice any difference in social media for Soul Speak Circle, it was because of Shola, right? And she did it. She did not charge me a kobo, really. Glory, our radiant auntie, come. Ready to fight Oriental Hotel when they were not behaving themselves today. Thank you. Kemi with the energy. Always so emotional, wants to cry. Temilade is our mommy, just coordinating everybody, making sure everybody's doing well. Blessing is the one that's coming. What are we going to do? How are we moving forward? What are we wearing? You know, those kind of engagements. She was our game master last year. We were supposed to do games today, but because of time, we didn't do games. Thank you, each and every one of you. And Dr. Ada, who is not here, and Dr. Isoken. Dr. Isoken had to be at work. Dr. Ada is organizing committee all the way in Newi. And so we have a viewing center on Onitsha. We have a viewing center in Onitsha. We have like 20 women in the room right now watching, and she organized it over there. So I want to say thank you to you guys. At the beginning of this year, I don't know if you guys saw the post on Instagram. I wasn't going to do this. I was like, nah, too much is happening in my life. I don't have the energy. I don't have the time. I'm not doing it. Let's just have a meeting. We'll just meet in one hotel, in a restaurant somewhere and eat. We will not have a conference. But they refuse to let me do that. They refuse to let me get away with shrinking myself. And so if this conference is happening this year, it's because of them. And I want to say thank you. Thank you, guys. Yes. All right, thank you. I want to say thank you also to Abraham. Abraham, please wave. We want to see your face, even though he's the guy, but we want to see your face. Please take Abraham's picture. From the first time I organized the conference, I reached out to him. I'm like, Abraham, you do audio now and video, Abi? I want to organize a conference. Can you help? Sure. Like, he didn't even think twice. Oh, I will help you. I'm like, okay, so how much do you charge? I will not tell you. Because you will not, so that you will not use that same eye to go and try and get him to do the same thing for you at the back. But he has been there for me every year. Every time I call Abraham, he doesn't waste time. So last night, I was sending messages to a few people, just like final touches before today's event. When Mo and I were chatting around 1 o'clock, and then 1 a.m., and I just sent him a message, just kind of like, let me just drop it here, so that he will see it in the morning when he wakes up. And as I sent it, he responded, oh, we are still at Oriental. I'm like, why? Why are you still there? He said, yeah, they just brought the screen, so he's waiting for them to start setting up before he leaves, right? And like, why? Why? but he chose to do that, and I'm so grateful. Thank you, Abraham. We grew up together. We knew each other from Jos and all of that. I'm grateful to everyone, my colleagues from the office. Thank you. Dorcas and Patience, that's calling me auntie. Really? If they see two of us outside, who is the auntie? Right? And everyone else who is here. My sister, Taye, do we look alike? We look alike? No, we sound alike. Do we look alike, Wemimo? Kinda. Well, my sister who has always been supportive of this vision, I want to say thank you. Thank you to everyone who came. Thank you, Kefi, for coming early from so far away. I'm grateful. And to every single person, thank you, Inex Bay. You need to follow her on TikTok. I don't do football, but when she's talking football, I watch because I'm just so shocked that a woman is talking so intensely, so clearly about football. Right? Thank you, everyone. I'm so grateful. And so as a follow-up from what we've done today, we thought that it would be great to keep the energy going, right? Because we've learned so much, and it's time for us to take this knowledge, this action to the next stage. And so we created a WhatsApp group. We're calling it the Liberated Tribe. It's not, so we are very careful that we don't want it to be another WhatsApp group, because like everybody has 217 WhatsApp groups that are on mute right now in their app, right? We don't want it to be another WhatsApp group. And so while we are still in the process of forming what it is, we are sure that it's not another WhatsApp group. It's going to be very targeted in the work that we are doing, in how we are engaging. Not a lot of talk. We are not going to be sending broadcast chains, send this prayer 7 times so that your life can... No, none of that, right? But we're going to be very intentional about our growth and who we are becoming, the women that we are becoming. So if that is something that you are interested in, we have the code, right, in the brochure. Just scan, join, and we look forward to seeing you within the group. So as we leave, can we arise and say the radiant commitment on page 10, the commitment to ourselves and the women that we are becoming. All right, are we there? Does everybody have a booklet? Okay, great. Okay, so let's go on 3. 1, 2, 3. Today, I honor the journey I have walked to get here, and I give myself permission to step fully into who I am becoming. To live with intention, to let the truths I have received today guide my decisions, and to show up with courage in every room I enter. I commit to applying what I have learned to live radiantly, boldly, and purposefully, reflecting God's glory in my work, my relationships, and my becoming. I will not shrink. I will not wait for permission. I will take up space with grace and power, trusting that my light is needed in this world. Today, I leave here ready, anchored in truth, alive with purpose, and ready to rise. All right, thank you, everyone, and see you at the Liberated Conference 2026.